Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and today's video is called Zoom Phone Features and Add-ons Overview. So this video is kind of long overdue. You guys know that I've done like videos on pros and cons of Zoom Phone. I've got tons of other videos in the works that I'm working on directly with Zoom's internal marketing and engineering team, but it's long overdue. I do just a quick, short and sweet video of what features Zoom Phone, which is Zoom's voice over IP platform, includes. Also, I'm going to show you guys some of the add-on features, or I guess you could say advanced features that it includes. So first and foremost, before we hop into this, for those of you who don't know, again, Zoom Phone is Zoom's own voice over IP phone system platform. Yes, that is right. You guys wouldn't believe how many customers that I talk to that are using Zoom video conferencing, whether they're using it on a paid version or whether they're just using it for free like we all have at some point in our lives. For those of us who are, sitting here right now, for those of you who are watching this, that you're a professional or you're, in virtual education or telehealth or whatever it is, in some way, shape, or form, all of us that are up to technology in the 21st century, we've used Zoom. But you would be surprised how many people don't know that Zoom has their own phone system called Zoom Phone. So again, today we're going to hop into the features. I'm going to show you guys what features are included at no extra cost. Then we're going to hop over to another page, and I'm going to show you guys what other like advanced or add-on features you can get. Obviously, those other features will cost something extra per month, but you'd be surprised. What they offer and how much they cost for what it is that you're getting is actually pretty competitive. So anyways, let's jump right into this. So let me make myself a little smaller here. So first and foremost, calling features. Just like any other good voice over IP phone service provider out there, for those of you who are frequent in my channel and you've seen my other videos, you know that I always like to say any good voice over IP phone service, I hate to say it, worth a damn, I'm just going to say it outright, they all, with everything that's going on, especially with the pandemic, the need for people to social distance and work from home or work, from wherever they wish, whether you're a digital nomad or you like to travel or you're a salesperson on the road, any good voice over IP phone system or service that you see me talking about on my channel that's worth a damn has and includes, at no extra charge, a mobile app and a desktop app. So as you can see here, Zoom has their mobile app. They've also got their desktop app. We're going to run through these features here. They include call transfer, typical feature with just about any and every, carrier that's out there. They include call forwarding, voicemail, call recording, Salesforce integration. I don't know if that's going to be, now just to be clear, you guys, before we hop into this, because I don't want to mislead you, I don't think that all of these are going to be free integration. So I'll tell you guys which ones I think will be free as we go. So just starting from the top, Zoom mobile app, free and included, desktop app, free and included. Both of those give you the ability to work from anywhere. Call transfer should be free and included. Call forwarding should be free and included as well. The ability to forward your calls to something, internal, like another person's extension, if you're leaving for lunch or you're out sick, or you can transfer to something outside of the system, like your cell phone or, your landline or somebody else's cell phone or whatever it may be. Voicemail. Looks like voicemail transcription and voicemail to email I know is included. I'm not sure about voicemail transcription, but I know they include voicemail to email. And then a voicemail box is included for every user that's on the system. That's a given with any good carrier, such as Zoom Phone and the others that you hear me talking about. Call recording, you guys, is typically not a free feature with most any carrier, except rare exceptions. So I don't want to mislead you guys and say that this is included. This may be an extra cost, but we may find out when we get to the add-ons page. Salesforce integration is typically not a free feature or function, but the reason I want to bring that one up is because that's a big one. A lot of businesses use Salesforce. So the ability to integrate with that is a plus. Call blocking is definitely going to be included. The ability to block, basically blacklist, calls that you don't want to get. And then, of course, take them out if you find out that you've accidentally blacklisted somebody that was a legitimate call, or maybe you built a relationship with them and you're, taking them out of the doghouse. Call delegation included. Call hold. Music on hold is also included with the system. Three-way conference calling and conference bridge should be included. Elevate to meeting. Let's see what this one says. Seamlessly elevate a phone call to fuel Zoom meeting without requiring participants to manually join. I'm pretty sure that that's included. Um, let's see here. Listen and monitor. That kind of falls into the call recording gamut. Most legitimate carriers that I work with in the industry call, listen, monitor, and also known as barge. We call it listen, whisper, barge. They're all kind of considered part of the suite of call recording. So typically, if you have call recording, you have these three as well with most carriers that I'm seeing. So we're going to just assume that this is not a free included feature, but that if you have call recording, you would get these three: listen, whisper, and barge. I'm not going to go into heavy detail of what each of these are. You're more than welcome to pause the video and then it actually explains to you exactly what that does. But typically, people that I work with that have call centers, small call centers, deal with new salespersons or agents or customer service, find these three functions of absolute value, worth every penny, assuming that it's an add-on. Takeover is the same. Again, these are all kind of the same, function and feature, just different things. Call Park would be an included feature that wouldn't cost any extra. Presence wouldn't cost any extra. Shared line groups with most carriers, and we're just going to assume with Zoom Phone would not cost any extra. Um, Desk phone support. Let's see here. Compatibility with a variety of desk phones from leading manufacturers. Yes, I'm glad that we decided to read into that a little bit further. So there's a lot of there's a lot of carriers out there that you guys hear me talk somewhat negatively about. We'll just throw one out there like a grasshopper, where they boast to have these super duper cheap prices and nobody can beat our prices. But one thing that they don't tell you in the fine print is that you can't use a physical phone, i.e., a phone like this, like a cordless IP phone or something like that, like this cordless IP phone that I have that is actually connected to my voice over IP service provider. Basically, what they're saying here is with Zoom Phone, yes, even though you have access to mobile app and desktop app and all that kind of stuff, you basically can also use a physical voice over IP phone. So I know what you're thinking. You're watching this thinking, oh, Prince, duh, that should be a given. You guys would be surprised. There's a lot of carriers out there that have dream prices that won't let you use a physical phone with it. And to me, that's not a good carrier at all, because if you ever grow to the point where you need to use a physical phone and then your service doesn't do it, you kind of are in the market for a new phone system. So let's see what's down here before we move on. Oh, here we go. Zoom Phone administration. Calling plans. Bring your own carrier. Phone number porting. That's free. You guys would be surprised how many times I get asked by people all the time, hey, Prince, how much does it cost to port my phone numbers into my new phone service provider? The truth is, if it's a good phone service provider, nothing. Because if they want your business, they should be open and willing to let you bring your phone numbers from your previous carrier with you. So with Zoom Phone, that is free. It does not cost you anything to port your numbers in. Now, keep in mind, if you're trying to port in a toll-free number, while they may not charge for you to port in a toll-free number or a fax number, they may charge extra for you to have a toll-free number or a virtual fax line. That's pretty standard with any carrier. That's usually not a free thing, except in rare exceptions. Device management, the ability for you to be able to basically, manage the different devices that are using mobile apps and whatnot, that's free and included. This is all part of the administration portal. Global call routing, same. Auto attendance. Call queues, I'm not sure if call queue is free or not, but with most carriers, call queue is not a free function. Contact center is call center, so this is not free as well. I know that's not a free one, but this does mean that you could use Zoom Phone and expand with call centers and for more advanced features. Music on hold, I'm sure, is free and included. Call logs, that's also known as call history, the ability to see your missed, sent, your missed, received, and calls that you dialed out or and whatnot. Dashboards like reporting, things like that, all that on the individual and user, on the individual user level and on the administration level, that's a given. Let's see here. Emergency calling, like the ability to call 911, that's a given because that's the law. You pay for that with your taxes and all that and your E911 fees. Dial by name and things like click to dial would be included, and then single sign on would be included as well. Let's hop over to the advanced features. Again, now we're on Zoom United's page. So I'm going to go down to, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, so now we answered the first thing that I mentioned. Toll-free numbers is definitely not included. Looks like $5 per month per toll-free number. That's actually really good, you guys, because most carriers that I know charge anywhere from about $14.99 to $19.99 and higher per month for each toll-free number. So $5 per month. It says starting at, so I'm sure there's some catches, but that's still a pretty low entry-level price. $5 a month for a toll-free number is pretty competitive, even if they had some other things that pushed you as high as $7, like $7.99 or $9.99 to $10 a month. That's actually really good, you guys. Let's see here. Additional phone numbers starting at $5 per month. That's actually pretty competitive. That means, like, if you're a company that's watching this and you've got, let's say that you've got, you know, 6 locations or within your business, that means that you have 6 local numbers because you've got a different number for each location respectively. So you would pay $5 per month times 6. It's a little bit of extra cost, but that's actually pretty competitive. Most carriers that I work with at the time of this video, they charge anywhere from maybe, I want to say $4.99 per month to I've seen as high as $9.99 per month for each additional number. Now, there are some carriers out there that I've worked with that charge as low as $1.99, which is pretty competitive. So I want to say that Zoom is coming in like kind of in the middle, with a pretty fair price for what they're offering. Hardware as a service. I'm going to read this to you guys and I'm going to explain to you exactly what this is. This is a big one for those of you who are watching and you need phones. Let's say that you're watching and you're interested in Zoom Phone or a phone system in general, and you've got, say, 10 users or 20 users or 50 users or 100 users. As you already know, getting new phones can get pretty costly for you. Some people don't want to buy phones outright in a lump sum and just break the bank like that, especially if you have a high number of users. And then a lot of other people, they don't want to own the phones. They'd rather lease the phones and have them on kind of like a warranty indefinitely, where when they're done with the service, they just don't own it anymore, but they just pay a small monthly fee because they've got a mid to high number of users. Basically, the way that this works is for $5.99 per month. Notice it says starting as low as here. What that means is that obviously if you're getting like a decent low end, like entry level phone, like say a Polycom VVX 250, that's going to probably be like a $5.99 per month phone that you basically lease. It means it covers everything. If you break the phone, if the phone starts acting up, if a bad storm comes through your office or something like that, and then you find that one or more phones don't work, on this, typically they will replace the phones, no questions asked. Sometimes even if you broke it, as long as it wasn't just outright negligence or something like that, like you just vandalized it on purpose or something because you got mad on a sales call. Some of you may prefer to own your phones, but I come across a lot of companies, typically companies with a high number of employees, that would prefer to pay like a lease like this because they look at the upfront cost of the hardware and the having to maintain that hardware themselves would far outweigh just paying $5.99 extra per month per user to have, a really nice IP phone or something like that. The other nice thing that I want to talk about the hardware as a service before we move on to the next add-on is the other nice thing about hardware as a service is most carriers that I work with, and I'm willing to bet you Zoom Phone does this as well, when your phone becomes what they call end of life or outdated and you're still paying that $5.99 or whatever it is on the lease, they will go ahead and send you out a replacement of choice of similar caliber of what you had before. So the other nice thing about being on a hardware as a service like that is you're always up to date with the latest technology if you're still with that carrier and staying on their service for years to come. Okay, last but not least, before we close out this video, international calling add-on. I actually did a separate video on this alone. This is actually a very epic service, you guys, and it's actually very unique. It's one of the things that I found with Zoom Phone that really sets them apart from their competitors. So just to start from the top, at the time of this video, most competitors to Zoom Phone that I work with on a daily basis, like your Vonages of the world, your Nextivas of the world, your Ring Centrals, your OnSips, the list goes on and on and on. Typically, they consider the United States and Canada to be what they classify as domestic, international, long distance, or what they call free unlimited long distance calling. meaning anything within US and Canada, and there's a small few of carriers that also add in Mexico, they don't charge any extra for that. For all of the other countries that they have in their gamut, that you have in the world, we're going to just look at the list here. United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Austria, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, the list goes on and on and on. Most of the other carriers at the time of this video, they do not offer a service like this. They charge you anywhere from, on average, I see about 2 to 9 cents per minute for the duration of the call on the low end. And then on the mid end, I see anywhere from 14 to 35 cents per minute. And then on the very high end, I'm not even making this up, you guys, I've seen as high as 97 to $1.40, 97 cents to $1.45 per minute for the duration of the call. So for some of you who are watching this, you may think, well, I don't want to pay an extra $10 a month for international calling because we don't really ever make calls that we don't make international calls that often. I even have some customers that I talk to and say, oh, when we make international calls, I'll just use my T-Mobile phone or my Sprint or my Verizon wireless phone because I, will only pay like 3 cents a minute or something like that. But if you're somebody who's watching this and you do a lot of calling internationally I'm going to blow this up so you can see it. To the countries that are listed here, this plan may very well be worth it may very well pay for itself very quickly versus you paying what the other carriers would charge you on a per minute basis. So anyways, again, if you're interested in finding out whether that makes sense for you or not, you can call me and we can do the raw math. We can talk to Zoom directly and have them break down, what your international calling is and see if it makes sense for you to be on a plan like this for the users that need to do international calling versus you just paying it outright with another carrier at whatever their prevailing rates are for the country or countries that you call. So anyways, that concludes the video of Zoom phones, features, and add-ons, overview at a glance. If you're watching this video, I represent all of the voice over IP phone system service providers in the United States. If you are interested in learning more about Zoom Phone and getting a custom quote to see if it makes sense. Let me cut that off. Where is that? Christ almighty. I tell you, were I not on a video, nobody would have called me. But anyways, back to my point. If you're watching this video and you're interested in learning more about Zoom Phone, I work with the engineers and the internal sales team over there all the time. I'm more than happy to work with them and you directly to see if Zoom Phone makes sense or not for your business. If we find that it does, I can get you a quote with custom pricing. Please note, I can only work accounts that need collaborative Zoom Phone service or video for me to get credit and for me to get you access to special pricing. You have to be at least 5 users, or you have to be somebody who is looking at services in collaboration of like about $75 per month of services or higher before taxes. Anything under that, unfortunately, you have to go to Zoom Direct. It means I can't get credit for it, and you're not going to be able to get access to my special pricing and promotions that I can get you through them. So anyways, if you found this video helpful, please like the video. Please subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. We upload new videos every single week. Prince Rich, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.